Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel! Last time, we have talked about modal verbs can and could. Now, we're going to discuss about subject-verb agreement. Our lesson for today is all about subject-verb agreement. When we say subject, it is the doer of the action. In Filipino, tagagawa ng kilos. While verb here is the action or what we call in Filipino, salitang kilos. And agreement means that the subject and the verb must be alike in number or they must agree with each other. That is what we call subject-verb agreement. There are many rules if we are talking about subject-verb agreement. But today, we're going to focus about basic rule. And the basic rule for subject-verb agreement is a singular subject requires a singular verb, and a plural subject requires a plural verb. So when we say singular, we are referring to one. So it means when we say singular subject, we are referring to one noun or one pronoun or one subject. Plural subject, we are referring to two or more nouns or pronouns. So that is the basic rule for subject-verb agreement. Since we are talking about basic, we're just going to focus on regular nouns. Kasi kung pagsasabay-sabayin natin, baka magkalituhan na at hindi nyo maintindihan kung ano ba ang subject-verb agreement. So we're going to focus first about regular nouns. So when we say regular noun, it is a noun that forms plurals by adding s, es, or ies after the noun. So we have here examples of singular subject and plural subjects. So for singular subjects, we have examples boat, house, and cat. We're going to add s to make them plural or plural subjects, such as boats, houses, and cats. Another examples are bus, wish, and box. We're going to add es to make them plural subjects, such as buses, wishes, and boxes. Another examples are baby, city, and daisy. As you can see, these three examples end in letter Y. So we're going to omit or remove Y, change it to I, then add ES to make them plural subjects such as babies, cities, and daisies. Like I said a while ago, when we say verbs, these are actions or in Filipino, salitang kilos. So how are we going to identify singular and plural verbs? So let's start with singular verbs. For singular verbs, we have the verb stem, then just add s. So examples, we have fits, eats, plays, and blows. Examples of the verb stems are fit, eat, plays, and blows. You just add s to those stem and they are already singular verbs. For plural verbs, we have the stem of the verb only. Do not add s. Examples are feed, eat, play, and blow. Like I said a while ago, these are the stem of the verbs, and they are your plural verbs. Let's go back to the basic rule of the subject-verb agreement. A singular subject requires a singular verb. So let me just remind you, kapag sinabi natin singular subject, walang s, es, or ies. For singular verb, may s, yung sa stem of the verb. So we have here examples. First, the lady writes every day. The word lady here is your subject. This is singular because it doesn't end with s, es, or ies. And writes here is a singular verb because it ends with S. So, singular subject and singular verb. Another example is, the dog walks down the street. The word dog here is your singular subject because dog here is just one and it doesn't end with S. While walks here is your singular verb because it ends with S. We have the stem walk plus S, so singular. So singular subject and singular verb. Next one, the student spends long hour at the library. The word students here are the singular subject. This it doesn't end with S. And spends here is your singular verb. Spend is the stem and just add S, so it became singular verb. So singular subject and singular verb. So again, this is the first basic rule. A plural subject requires a singular verb. A plural subject requires a plural verb. When we say plural, balikan lang natin. When we say plural subject, it ends with S, ES, or IES. Requires a plural verb. Pag sinabi naman nating plural verb, just the stem of the verb. Walang S. So we have here examples. First, the ladies write every day. The word ladies here referring to two or more lady. So it ends with IES. And we have here the word write, which is your plural verb. It doesn't end with S. So, plural subject plus plural verb. Second example, the dogs walk down the aisle. We have the word dogs. It ends with S, so that is a plural subject. And walk here, it doesn't end with S, so that is your plural verb. Plural subject plus plural verb. Next one, the students spend long hour at the library. So the word students here ends with S. That is your plural subject, referring to many students. And the word spend is your plural verb. This is the stem of the verb. It doesn't have S. So, plural subject and plural verb. So this is another basic rule for subject-verb agreement. A plural subject requires a plural verb. So here are the different things you need to remember if we are talking about subject-verb agreement or the basic rule of the subject-verb agreement. So the first trick is knowing whether the subject is singular or plural. Yan ang unang-una yung gagawin. I-recognize nyo muna kung yung subject ba na ginamit in the sentence is a singular or a plural subject. Second, recognizing a singular or plural verb. Siyempre, that is also important kasi paano mo malalaman if you're going to use singular or plural subject if you don't know your verb, kung singular ba siya or plural. So, always remember that. Kailangan alam mo kung ano yung subject mo, singular ba or plural. The second thing is, i-identify mo rin, i-recognize mo rin kung yung verb mo is singular or plural. If you have learned from this video, hit like and subscribe below. And turn on the notification bell in order for you to be notified if I have a new video. This is Joanne, reminding you that learning is fun. Bye!